Are you always being reminded to stand up straight and stop slouching? I grew up hearing this shit all the time and I fucking hated it. Okay, we posture up, we're super aware and anxious about it, and then we go back to normal a few moments later. But what if there was a system you could follow that would not only just completely transform your posture, making you look and feel so much better about yourself, giving you that confidence to present yourself well on dates, interviews, but also you could build such a strong and lean body whilst melting the fat off all at the same time. In this video, I'm going to show you my secret weapon, the exact step-by-step system you can use to never worry about your posture again. I'll be breaking it down for all fitness levels of all ages, giving you a plan in hand to execute over the next 90 days. I'll be explaining why this system is so effective using science so you can understand everything, how it could potentially cure you from existing pain you have. But first, you need to fix your posture or you will die. Just kidding. Do we need to fix posture? Is it harming us? There's a lot of bullshit going around when it comes to posture, and I honestly hate the word fix because you're not broken to be fixed. And being repeatedly told you need to be fixed makes you start to believe you are broken, which leads to the nocebo effect, which is when you become more fragile and vulnerable to pain because you think something is wrong. So right off the bat, I need you to know there's nothing wrong with you. The truth is there's no such thing as bad posture. There's no association with pain and posture, and this has been studied. Pain is multifactorial. It could be a traumatic injury you faced, stress, shit sleep, or even a weak body part. Poor posture is just your body adapting. It's basically putting yourself in power saving mode. Your posture is the way it is because of repetitive patterns. Dentists, surgeons, chronic masturbators are always in these continuous postures, and most people are often sitting down for majority of the day, which is nothing wrong, honestly. People are saying sitting is the new smoking. Shut the fuck up. Don't tell me someone that sits at their desk for a few hours and that's bad for you. I do jiu-jitsu. That's people folding clothes while they're still in them. So guys, in jiu-jitsu, you need to be postured like this sometimes. Your legs are huge. You have to be postured like this. Because if you're not like this, and you're standing up like this, nice proud posture, she can break my arm. Break my arm. Oh my God, it's the worst armbar I saw in my whole life. Oh my God, the worst armbar ever. So which posture really is good posture? Guys, if someone ever grabs you on the street like this and they want to take you home, all you have to do is fight against this finger instead of fighting against these four fingers. So you're basically going to bring your hand to your face. There we go. So you're going to fight against this one thumb over here. Go. Nice. And if the person changes the grip, what do? Other way. That's it. And to prove this works, I'm going to bring the biggest guy in the gym now to challenge this. Okay guys, so we have this little girl here and this absolute monster. He is going to be grabbing her hand, and if she escapes, she's fine. She's safe. But if she doesn't escape, we're gonna cut this beautiful off nice and easy. And if she does escape, we're gonna cut this. If he doesn't let her escape, we're gonna buy him a nice big meal so he can fill this belly up. Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Hey, what? Hey. Hey guys, we have the winner here, guys. We're not gonna cut the hair, but for this gentleman, we're gonna buy him a nice meal, yeah?
Thank you guys.
What do you like, sir?
I will check the menu and I'll get back to you.
Don't buy what's expensive. Now, despite knowing that the poor posture you have isn't really physically harming you, and sometimes we need to adjust our postures in different parts of life, it can still harm you without you knowing it. Because when you're out talking to someone you really care about leaving a good impression on, at the back of your mind, you're going to be constantly thinking about it. After my last tragic breakup with my ex-girlfriend, also, maybe Joey and Rachel were a better couple than Rachel and Ross, I ended up going on continuous dates trying to fill that void in my heart. So what I ended up doing was I went on 5 dates in about 2 weeks, and I took them all to the same acai spot I went with my ex-girlfriend for some psychotic reason. And as the dates went on, they got better and better. I was cracking the same jokes, everyone's laughing.
No, I know.
Every time I brought the girls here, every time I bring my new date, all these guys are laughing over here and they make it 10 times worse. Things were going great, hooray. I was getting more confident because I was super familiar with the process, but I noticed that despite how confident I always felt like I was being held back. There was always something making me anxious. And that was my posture. It affected the way I communicated because I was always subconsciously focusing on it. After I improved my posture, I found things to be going 10 times better, and I can't wait for you all to feel that exact same way. Posture is your body's signature. Even when you're presenting something work related, you're thinking about it. Imagine if I were talking to you like this now. You wouldn't want to hear what I'm saying. I look soft, not confident. So someone changing their posture would have maybe a 70% effect on their overall confidence. Now, to change posture, it may be that the posterior musculature does not have enough strength to build and maintain that upright posture. Ever wonder why some people never fix their posture no matter how hard they try? Imagine we have this shelf right here. Now, if I were to put a shitload of weight on top of it, it might start to tilt forward, just like our poor posture. But if you were to screw it in real tight, reinforce its structure, giving it a better foundation, it's going to hold up straight. That's why these fucking 10-minute posture routines don't work. They're a scam, a sham. The people who lure you into these, they think to themselves, they want something easy, 10 minutes, no effort. Instant results. Let me lie and manipulate them into thinking it's possible. Yo guys, you gotta try this sick posture workout. I promise this will instantly fix your posture in 10 minutes, guys. I'm rich, baby! Because if you want to build a strong muscular back that can hold your posture upright, these basic wanky stupid ass stretches alone are not going to cut it. You need to lift weights and train with intensity. I'm not saying stretching is stupid. It's helped many people cope up with pain and relieve soreness. It's definitely one important piece of the puzzle. There's nothing on this earth that can instantly fix your posture. If you just spend 10 minutes doing stupid ass shit at extremely low intensities, you're not doing jack shit to your body. I guarantee you, if you strengthen and build the right muscles, it's going to work. There's no way around it. Just like if you keep bicep curling, you will get bigger biceps. There's no shortcuts with this. You're trying to build a new version of yourself, and you need to take action now before it gets worse and worse and worse. And as you delay, your competition is actively working trying to beat you. The clock's ticking. Every day you spend slouching, you're reinforcing it, feeling worse about it each day. Do this for future you. Now, for my secret weapon, the system consists of two components: resistance training and lifestyle. The training side consists of 6 primary movement patterns. They'll work on your body's posture as a whole, 3-dimensionally, so you can be strong and control your posture in anything you do, whether you're lifting something, bending over, standing. The training set also has some accessory exercises that have shown a great amount of evidence to promote upright posture. Exercise number 1, we are directly going to kick it off with the best in business when it comes to posture, the horizontal pull pattern. We're going to hit this pattern through barbell rows. This is your posture's best friend because it's smashing exactly the muscles you need to hold your posture up, building and making them directly stronger. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to pick up the barbell. How wide you should go. Just put your thumb out to the side of your legs, and that much should be fine, or you can use the lines on the bar, but just a little bit wider than your legs, okay? So the first step in the barbell row, you want to make sure your grip is like this with your thumb here, not over here, because you're going to be using more biceps, so keep your thumb inside here. The next step you're going to be doing is you're going to hinge your hips back. Imagine you're shutting a door behind with your hips, and now look at my chest, it's kind of parallel to the floor. I'm going to drop the bar, and I should be feeling a stretch in my back. So I'm going to drop it down, I'm feeling my stretch, I pull it up to above my belly button. Go back down, get a stretch, pull it all the way up, squeeze the shit out of my back, go down. Now it might be hard for you to do it with the heavy bar, it could be, I don't know. So one option is to regress it is you can take a lighter bar, something like this. You could work from here, and as you get stronger, you can go to the heavier bar. Now this is also too heavy for you. You can even grab some dumbbells, same concept, hips back, stretch the back, squeeze. You want to be bringing the elbow into this
pocket over here. Because if you bring here, you're working mainly your back. If you're bringing it out there, that's shoulders, and that's a different exercise.
And if you just generally find it hard to keep your body parallel to the floor, it's more of a bad pain, you're not comfortable yet, you can do a chest supported rope, same exact technique, stretch all the way down, squeeze, making sure you're pushing strong from your feet, start building the back from there. Make sure you're choosing a weight you can work at least 70% of your max effort and do 15 reps throughout the whole workout. Now, instead of wasting your time doing stretches like this, we're gonna hit our second pattern, the vertical pull, by doing pull-ups. So we can continue building strength and muscle throughout the back and not just horizontally, but vertically as well. Don't worry, I'm not crazy. I know you might not be able to do 15 pull-ups. I have regressions you could do, which I'll show you right after this.
So first things first, let's talk about the grip. You want to keep your thumb over the bar, not underneath over here, because if you're here, you might start to use more of your biceps and stuff like that. We don't want that. We want you to feel as much of your back as you can, okay? You always want to feel the exercise. There's many ways you can do it. You can even go a little bit wide, okay? So we're going to do it a little bit wider so we can build the outer part of our back as well now, okay? So when you hold the grip here, you don't want to keep just your fingers over here like this. You want to go all the way up so you can get your full wrist. Now, make sure you get a stretch in the back. You're going to hold. You're going to pull yourself all the way up, chin over the bar, come down slowly. When you come down, you have to feel a stretch in your back. And again, bring the elbows inside, chin above the bar, come down nice and slow. Now, if you have difficulty doing that, there's many things you can do. One option you have is you can find a squat rack like this over here. You can attach a band to it. You can step on the band, so you put it on this side and that side, and you have a bit more support now when it comes to doing your pull-ups. Go all the way up and down. That's one option. The second option would be is you have another band. You take it from here. So if you can zoom into this, you hold it like this, go over, open the band, loop it, and now I can put my knee through it, and I have instant support with my pull-ups.
Now, if you're still finding the pull-ups to be challenging and you're not comfortable or just not there yet, you can do lat pull-downs as a substitute. Pretty much works very similar muscles and lines of chain. Moving on to the next one, the hinge pattern helps not only with posture, but even if you want to be able to lift and pick up heavy shit off the floor. You know, lift the sofa up in case that slipper goes underneath. Pivot. We are going to hinge through deadlifting. Again, this exercise hammers the posterior musculature you need to build and get strong to hold up that posture. If you can stand up and keep good posture whilst picking 100 kgs off the floor, imagine how much easier it gets to posture up without that 100 kgs.
So first things first, we're going to talk about posture. I don't care if your back is completely straight or if there's a little bit bend. Just do how you feel comfortable, because when in real life, when you're picking something up off the floor, you're not going to be like completely straight, posture down. You're going to be bending down and picking it up like a normal person, okay? So approach the bar, go directly, make sure it's directly underneath you. You want your heels to be screwed inward inside so you can start activating the glutes. Nice and hip width. The hands are going to be a little bit wider. You want to bend the bar. So I'm holding the bar, I'm trying to bend it. So when I do this, I'm activating my lats. That's going to help me pull a lot more weight, okay? So I'm here, bending the bar. I'm going to sit down like a squat with my chest up, stand up, lift the weight, bend my knees, back down. Sit down, chest up. As I do this, my heels are screwed inwards. I'm bending the bar. I'm using my back, my legs, my hands, my arms, everything. Now, some tips for you when you do this. Don't overcomplicate the movement. Just think about picking something off the floor. I don't want you to push through any bad pain. So if you feel something dodgy, stop, reduce the weight, do something you're comfortably able to do, and don't overcomplicate things. You're just basically picking something off the floor, up and down.
Now, if you feel awkward deadlifting, it's something completely new to you, you can use some light dumbbells. And if you don't like holding the weight in front of you, you can alternate with kettlebell deadlifts. Would also like to throw in hip thrust for the hinge pattern because it's working that line of chain and helps build endurance with our posture. Now, a lot of wankers probably might have told you before to stretch your chest here like this, because when you're in poor posture, you might have tension and feel tight in your chest. There could be some truth to that, but your time is better spent stretching the chest and building muscle and strength at the same time versus just doing basic stretches, hoping it'll fix your posture. The fourth pattern would be a horizontal press. And for this one, we're going to be doing a dumbbell bench press, primarily so we can stretch and open up the chest as we build it, and it complements the whole upper body frame. You know how they say when they ask someone to posture up, big chest. The reason I chose dumbbell bench press is because with the dumbbells, you might feel a bit more comfortable and have more space when it comes to really stretching and opening up that chest. You're not going to be limited by the bar.
You're going to find a bench that's flat. You're going to kick them up here, bring it to your chest. And how do you know where you should be holding it? Look for where your chest nipple area is. You want to hold it just beside that, and you can open up just a tiny bit. You don't want to be over here, but you want to be just over here. And when you punch up, you don't want to be punching up towards your head. You want to be punching up directly above your chest bone. So if my chest bone is here, I'm going to be punching directly up and above that. So when I go down, I go all the way down. I get a good stretch in my chest and my shoulders. I squeeze and I punch up. Now for my lower body, I'm not idle here laying down like I'm on the beach. My feet are going to be pushing down over here. I'm going to be feeling tension in my knees, my hips, and I'm going to try to generate as much force as I can from there as well. So I'm generating force from my feet. I'm going all the way down. I'm feeling a good stretch, and I'm punching all the way up. By the end of this, you'll have a nice big chest, and we can be good friends.
If you have a preference, you could also do alternatives like the barbell bench press, incline presses, machine chest presses. Just get that chest stretched and working. When it comes to building posture, you need to make sure that your program is well structured and there's no gaps and weaknesses. For good posture, you need strong shoulders, a strong back, a strong chest, and they kind of all complement each other. The fifth pattern is a vertical press. We will be doing a military press. Now, aside from complementing the body with strong shoulders, just the fact that you can press really heavy weight above your head whilst maintaining posture gives you more strength to keep that posture when just simply standing neutral.
You're going to hold it close to shoulder width. So you're going to bring it up here. You can either put it on a squat rack or you can hold it free weight. So you don't want to be too wide. You're not going to be comfortable. About shoulder width is perfect, okay? So first things first, you want to make sure your elbows are always in front. You don't want to be flaring them outside. So in front over here, you're going to punch up and come all the way down. Get a good stretch at the bottom, punch up. And when you punch up, you want to kind of straighten your hands as much as you can and finish the whole move, okay? So one common mistake when people do this is they tend to arch their back a little bit like this. So these are your ribs. I want you to focus on hiding those ribs. So your ribs are here. You have two abs here. Hide it underneath like that. So when you push, you're like that. You're not arching your back, okay? And if it's too difficult for you towards the last few reps and you want to keep going, you can give yourself a slight boost with your legs. So punch up like that, come down slowly. Imagine there's a small chair. I want to tap my butt and punch back up on it.
And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, or you can't find a bar that's light enough, you could even do a dumbbell shoulder press. Before I jump into the last pattern, if you guys are enjoying these tips and you find them helpful, join my free fat loss program where I send you actionable, practical nuggets of advice that would completely revolutionize your training and fat loss, and it's completely free. The link's in the bio. Now, when it comes to posture, training the lower body is extremely important as it's our base and also will help work that same line of chain of posture throughout the body, which we need from head to toe. So our final pattern would be a squat pattern, and one of the best exercises for building posture, which I hear no one talking about, which honestly shocks me, is the front squat. And here's why it's such a good exercise. Now, aside from building legs that will help keep your lower body neutral, putting on weight at the collarbone or the shoulder level, it's going to obviously throw you down forward if you give into it. But as we hold that weight up, it recruits all that posterior musculature and really challenges our core to keep ourselves upright. So this exercise does so much for posture, building leg strength, muscle, and the core. For the front squat, first things first, you want to make sure that you are shoulder level with the bar, and then you're going to go all the way inside. You're going to make sure you put the bar on the meaty part of the shoulders, and you don't want to get choked by the bar over there as well. So make sure it's on that meaty part. And the most important thing here, guys, is you want to make sure these elbows are always facing up. The problem where people fuck up the most is the elbows start dropping down as they do the exercise. So you're going to keep those elbows up. You're going to walk directly under the bar. You're going to take 2 steps back, and you're going to sit all the way down nice and easy whilst maintaining that good posture. The bar is going to try to be bringing you down, but you're going to be focusing on keeping that good upright posture, squatting, sitting all the way down whilst keeping those elbows nice and high. Thanks, Ishi. Now, if you don't feel comfortable with that, with the weight in front of you, you could also do a back squat, because then again, it's working the posterior side, and as the weight's on your back, you are working to keep up that good posture. As I said earlier, we do have some accessory exercises you could do that would significantly improve your posture. You can also use these exercises as tools to warm up and prepare for the big boy lifts. Big boy? First one would be swimmers. This is a fantastic exercise to build that upper back, shoulder strength, keeping you mobile and introduce endurance into that posture which we want. Best of all, you don't need any equipment to perform this.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna find a mat, or if you're an animal, you can be on the floor directly, it's up to you. You're gonna lay down on your belly. You're gonna keep your face down. You can leave your eyes open, because if your eyes are closed and stuff, you feel a lot of pressure on your face. So leave your eyes open. You're gonna start off here, forward with your thumbs up as high as you can over here. Okay, so I'm trying to bring my hands as high as I can above. Then I'm going to go to the side. As I go to the side, I'm turning my thumb this way. So I'm constantly opening up my shoulders, and then I go back, then I turn my hands inward. I reach as high as I can, and then I go back the same way, turn, come all the way in front with my thumbs up, and repeat. As I do this, I make sure my hands are as high away as possible. It's quite tough.
Now, throughout any training we do, we want zero bad pain, no joint pain, nothing more than a 3 out of 10 pain scale. If this is too challenging for you, you can break it down into just half of these movements and do less reps. If it's way too easy, you can start holding some light dumbbells. You can also use this exercise as a tool to also prepare yourself to start lifting weights. Next would be face pulls. They directly work those back muscles which you need to hold your posture up. We're going to be doing some face pulls now, and I have my lovely client Ishrak to help us demo, because my shoulder is still recovering from shoulder surgery. First things first, guys, you want to make sure this cable is set at your eye level, so you're going to adjust the settings on your machine. And before you start the exercise, you're going to be showing your thumbs up over here. Why? So we can really focus on opening up the shoulders, and you can hit those back muscles there. So you're going to do one pull, bringing it straight to your face, eye level. And as you do this, you want to open up that space. You want to go nice and wide as you can, because usually these are not too long. You don't want to be going in like this. Then we're going to be using different muscles. You want to keep it nice, wide, and open. And there we go, Ishak, go, stretch in front. Give us some reps now. That's it. There we go. Little monster. Moving on, also one of the best exercises you can do to hit those traps and upper back is the upright row. It's literally called upright row, so you can expect it to make you a little bit more upright. Okay guys, we're going to be doing some upright rows so we become a bit more upright. You don't talk? She doesn't talk? Only smiling like this. Say something. Yeah, I'll get you a good side.
Thank you.
Guys, we're gonna grab the bar, we're gonna go shoulder width. You wanna make sure you grab a weight you can handle and really work those back muscles, yeah? So make sure you hold it shoulder width. You look scared, Ishrak?
I'm fine.
I'm fine, like Ross. So before you raise that bar, you wanna make sure your shoulders are back and down, locked in there, and you really wanna recruit these muscles back there when you do this pull, yeah? There we go, Ishrak, come on. So you're gonna bring it up, raise it up to your eyes, nice and high. And when you come down, make sure you get that control and that stretch on the way down. Bring it up. Make sure to squeeze all the way up. You want to make sure you're going eye level, getting that stretch. You look like you want to take a shit though. You could also do banded pull-aparts. They do help a bit, but make sure to hit all the other big boys I mentioned. The last one would be some neck work. Because of all the texting and sitting at desks, our heads are all jutting forward. So instead of doing stupid ass shit like this, we need to also build the musculature behind our necks, as they would help keep them neutral or slightly behind much more easily. If you look at wrestlers, they're always like this. So we're gonna do neck extensions. So you're gonna grab a bench, lay down with your belly on it, and start tucking your chin all the way down, extending that neck up, squeezing the back muscles behind it. And as you get stronger, you can grab a plate and hold it behind your head. Now, I want you to proceed with caution. Go easy, go light, aim for many reps. Just know that these tend to make you feel nauseous initially. It's completely normal. You'd be going the extra mile by doing these. So in the first month, we are going to be doing high reps with a slow and controlled tempo on the way down. So about 15 to 20 reps, because when you work at this range, you build endurance and stability throughout the body. As the months pass, you change the reps and tempo. Second month, focus on building more muscle. So do about 8 to 12 reps at a bit more of a moderate pace tempo. And maybe on the third month, you could focus on some strength. So you go really heavy at an explosive tempo, but just 3 to 5 reps, primarily building strength. Just keep mixing around all these tempos, reps, sets, and you'll be fine. It's important to know that each movement pattern which I just showed you has alternatives and exercise variations. I just gave you the most evidence-based exercises. So the following months, your horizontal pull could be a machine row and then a dumbbell row. Your vertical pull can be changed by changing the grips you have. Move your hands in, out, change the handle. For your hinge pattern, you could do a Romanian deadlift. You could deadlift using a trap bar. For your horizontal press, you could do a bench press, flat, incline, push-ups as well. Your vertical press could be a dumbbell press. It could be a Arnold press. Squats could be a goblet squat, split squat. Just keep changing things on a monthly basis because your body is going to adapt. It knows, this prick is going to come and do the same shit we did last week. But this time we are prepared, motherfucker. And then the work you do doesn't break down the muscle fibers as effectively as it should. And then the results will slow down and you'll eventually hit a plateau. That's why they say you should shock your body. So change up the exercises, the reps, and the tempo. Now for the lifestyle component. It's equally as important. When I was in university, me and my mate Eddie were so concerned about our posture that we had a deal. If either one of us saw each other slouching, we would be allowed to slap each other on our back. As hard as we wanted to, and we wanted to. I'm not saying this was not a completely effective way to do it, but I would not professionally put this as part of the system. I'm just showing you a bit of the struggle of the things I had to resort to 11 years ago without all this intelligence now. I've also studied pretty much all the information everyone in the fitness space has said and handpicked what is the best, most practical advice you could follow. There are a few habits you should incorporate because if you are working your balls off or your off to build that body you want and escape this shitty feeling you've been stuck in for years, make sure you give the muscles you've trained at least 48 hours to rest and recover. It's kind of like drinking. You don't want to go hard all Friday night and then get on Saturday. And if you do that, we need to be having a separate conversation. Come. Come. Now, these postures are often formed when you are in repeated patterns consistently. So try to keep moving your ass. Take breaks from whatever you are doing. If you can, go on walks. Vary your posture throughout to avoid pain. Keep moving, shifting around. I've heard the phrase a few times from some of the best medical professionals in the world, and they always say your next posture is your best posture. So always keep that in mind. And lastly, I would say make sure you get your protein in so it builds and gives you the structure you need. Get in at least 1.5 to 2 grams of protein per kg of body weight. So if you weigh about 70 kgs, you're aiming for 105 to 140 grams of protein. Set an alarm every couple of hours just as a reminder to move. Get one of these to hold yourself more accountable to hitting your step count. Now, is it a fix for pain? It could be. It depends on the origin of the pain. If you have pain from some traumatic event, maybe not. But if you have back pain from sitting down at work and that pain starts after an hour of sitting down, now imagine if I were to take your back, slap on 10 kgs of muscle on it, completely re-engineer it, changing its overall structure, it might completely go away or have so much more endurance that the pain might start coming after 3 hours instead of an hour. The reality is the pain you face is not from posture because that's what the research shows us. It could be more likely a movement and strength issue. That's why we follow the system and reinvent ourselves. In Greek mythology, Atlas was a titan condemned by Zeus to hold the heavens on his shoulders for eternity. Atlas's burden wasn't just about strength, it was about the constant mental and physical toll it took of carrying something so vast. Similarly to that, we also carry some weight on our shoulders too without even knowing it, but in a different form which affects our posture too. Our mental state of mind. Posture is also heavily influenced by your behavior and how you're mentally feeling. Not just by strength itself. As you get into better shape, you'll be carrying yourself more proudly. So train in the 6 movement patterns. Do the accessory exercises. Make those lifestyle adjustments. Now, when it comes to posture, genetics is a factor, but I promise you, it doesn't matter who you are. If you do this consistently and you follow all these rules, you are going to get what you desire. You're not special where things don't work for you. You can get anything you put your mind to. And I promise you, the body and the posture you want is waiting for you to grab it. And I know that you can do it because if you watch this video till all the way here, it shows how much you care about yourself and want to change. Now you have the blueprint, just start going and executing. And you'll be thanking yourself in 60 days after seeing great results. Get to work and do this for nobody but yourself. If you're also trying to lose fat, then watch this video because I show you here how I put on fat on purpose and lost it so easily within 30 days using simple hacks that you can start implementing into your life right now, wishing you knew them earlier. Keep smashing, guys.